1 and 6.
On maxilla.
Oh, 1.
1 and 3.
1 and 3 what?
One facial,
One facial, 3 lingual.
Okay, very good. Now, I'm going to start on sextant 3 lingual here. You will notice that there is a super erupted tooth here, correct? For some reason, the super erupted tooth makes you want to fulcrum behind the tooth that you're working on. Do we do that?
No.
Where should we be fulcruming? What? Don't mumble. Say it. Be confident. Yes, 1 to 2 teeth in front, right? Another error that students make is either being behind the tooth they're working on or on the tooth that they're working on. I know he's annoying, but just remember, don't allow your fulcrum to slide onto the tooth that you're working on, or do not start on the tooth that you're working on. Okay? Yay? Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we ready to probe?
Yep.
It feels different than what you're doing on the mandibular teeth. It's the same movement. We're still doing the bobbing walk. It just feels different. Why? Because you're kind of going against gravity. So the easiest way to accomplish this, since I'm trying to defy gravity, is you're going to kind of have a more straight fulcrum with this. And remember with the last tooth, that's the 3rd molar, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. You can have your handle kind of pivoted out either at the side of the mouth or in front of the mouth. It's only for the last tooth. Now get in the habit. Some of y'all are wanting to start like at the premolar and work backwards. It's easier if you work in the back and work forward. So start on the last tooth and work forward. Just get in the habit of doing that. Okay. So here we go. We are bobbing, right? So again, my hand would be here, but I'm moving it so you can see, correct? Do not do what this is doing, not what this is doing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm moving. I can stop, right? So I'm at the midpoint? Mm-hmm. Okay. Come out. Reinserting at the line angle. Make sure at the line angle, some of you are wanting to insert at the middle point of the tooth, and we do not want to do that, right? Because we're missing some of the teeth. I'm bobbing, right? I'm going to start pivoting a little bit out to the side, and then I'm going to pivot back, right? Remember all that? Yeah? Mm-hmm. I made contact to the 2 teeth, and then I'm going to come up a little bit and do my kind of roll underneath the contact, right? That's how I get my tilt.
Yes.
Yes. See? You see, yes. I like it. Now, same thing here. Now, this one's going to feel weird. You have to have a strong, straight fulcrum. If you have a weak fulcrum here, it's going to collapse on you, and you're going to be sliding all over the place. If it helps you, the handle is between 2 and 3 here. I'm inserting at the line angle, right? Here is the line angle. This is not the line angle. This is the middle point. Middle point. Midline, right? Distal line angle. We want distal line angle. Again, I am pivoting. Bobbing. I made contact, correct? Mm-hmm. Come out and do a slight tilt. Can everybody see? Yeah? No. Well, get up here. Squish in. Now, Cameron, I know you can't see. You're hanging out way back there in the back. Made contact, right? Mm-hmm. Come out and turn. Tilt. Right? Okay, I'm coming out. Okay, now everybody should be able to see here, right? Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. Same thing. Pay attention to this tripod thing. I'm extending my fulcrum, but I'm still like stacked here. Start training your hand to do this. I keep mentioning these curettes. If you do this, you're going to have a hard time with curettes later on down the road. Not so crucial with probing, but what we train our hand to do now is what we're going to do later, right? Okay. So again, this is going to be more straight up and down here. And I am, again, my handle can come out a little bit because I'm on the last tooth, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm inserting at the line angle, right? I'm bobbing. Now, if you have a tight grasp, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to be fighting yourself. If you have your middle finger here and try to do a bobbing walk, he is going to push down on your shank, and you're not going to get the bobbing walk. Some of you are struggling with the bobbing walk, and that's because he's creeping on top. Yes, you feel like you have control of the instrument, but you really don't. It needs to be underneath. It should be resting. It's a place for your instrument to rest. Right? Yes. Yes. See, everybody's catching on. You just say yes. Okay, I'm inserted at the line angle, right? This line angle. I am bobbing, I'm bobbing, I'm bobbing, I'm bobbing. I'm pivoting, right? A little bit, right? I'm pivoting back. Does everybody see how I'm doing that? I'm not pivoting in one direction. I made contact, come up, and tilt, right? Yes. Okay. And the reason why I come up again before I do the tilt, because it just helps me get the momentum to do the tilt. If I just come in here and do the tilt, what usually happens, let me see if I can do it. If I'm here and I do the tilt, notice how far away I am from the contact. You're going to get a false reading. You're not going to get under where you need to get. So the reason why I'm telling y'all to make contact, come up a little bit, because it allows you to go straight back down under it. And did you see what my thumb and finger did? It kind of rolled just barely to tilt it, right? Yeah? Okay. Again, I'm bobbing distally. Made contact, come up, and tilt. I'm going, bobbing, I'm bobbing. Now, if someone decided to just snatch this probe out of my hand, they would be able to. Why?
Because you like.
Yes. It just glides. I made contact, come up, and tilt, right? I mean, you should be relatively almost touching the contact area. If you're not touching the contact area, you should be at least about 1 millimeter away from it when you do your tilt. I'm seeing a lot of this, and that's too far. Right? It needs to be more like that. Okay. How are we on that? 8 o'clock, these are the two hardest sextants. So when you start practicing, I want you to start with sextant 3 facial, which I am going to demonstrate now, because it's a little bit easier and it allows you to kind of feel your bobbing walk a little bit easier. Right? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Again, I'm at 10 to 11, right? So that means I'm working on 3 facial and 1 lingual. I'm seated a little too low. I can tell because I'm feeling like I'm having to work on top of my patient too much. I really want to lower him down. In here, remember, raise your chair up a little bit higher than you normally would in the clinic, and that'll compensate for not being able to get your patient low enough. I would move my chair up, but I don't want to mess up Brooke's chair. Okay, so this one's a little bit easier for you. Again, I'm fulcruming on the same area. Make sure you're not fulcruming like this. I'm seeing a lot of fulcruming flat on the pad of the fulcrum. We don't want to do that. Why? Because it prevents us from using our fulcrum. It makes us go digital. So if you see a lot of this going on, take a look at your fulcrum. And if you can't really see where you're fulcruming, take a look at where the imprints are. If all the imprints are mainly on the pad of your fulcrum, you're fulcruming incorrectly. It should be more in this area here. Right? Okay. Inserting at the distal line angle, I'm bobbing back towards the tooth, and I'm here. Come out, reinserting, bobbing, bobbing. Again, make sure you leave a space in between the probe and the tooth here. A lot of you are wanting to lean back, and you're wondering why you're having difficulty getting down to the sulcus, or the probe is popping out of the sulcus. It's because you're leaning back. And when you lean back, what does it do to the tip? It kicks out into the tissue, right? So make sure you're giving me a little bit of space. And then I'm bobbing, I'm bobbing, I'm bobbing. Right? I'm pivoting a little bit, pivoting back to drive around the line angle. I made contact right, and I come up and tilt. We good with that? You want to see another one?
Yes.
Okay, made contact, come up, tilt, and I'm bobbing. And right here, my probe is straight up and down, right? If I stay straight up and down like this, what ends up happening to my probe as I come around this line angle?
It's not parallel.
It's not parallel. It's tilting back that way, right? How do I fix that? What'd you say? Nope.
What was the question?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Rolling.
Nope.
No.
Come out instrument.
Yes. Bring your hand down. Right? And then it's parallel, right? And then now I can pivot a little bit. And then I can pivot around and I walk, walk, walk. Now this one, on my mannequin, I don't need to do a tilt because I have a gap. I don't know if your mannequins have a gap or not. If you do, you don't have to tilt. If you don't have a gap, you gotta tilt. So, if you feel like you can't reach the distal line angle, what can you do to allow you to gain more access? Opposite. Notice how I'm standing up higher, it just automatically took me to the distal line angle? So, a lot of you are wanting to insert here because you feel like you can't reach back here, but the reason for that is we're not standing higher on our fulcrum. Does everybody understand when I say stand higher on your fulcrum when you're working away from your fulcrum? What does that mean when I'm saying working away from your fulcrum?
Further away from the wall.
Yes, I'm bobbing away from it. So my fulcrum's here. If I'm bobbing this way, I'm moving away, right? So therefore, I'm going to be standing higher, right? If I insert here and start bobbing towards my fulcrum, right? I'm coming towards my fulcrum. I'm going to drop my hand down, right? Does everybody see that? Does everybody understand that concept now?
Yeah.
So when I come by and say stand up higher on your fulcrum, what are you going to do? Yes, or lay down more. Now, when I say stand up, that doesn't mean roll this way. This is going to the side, right? Okay, good. Now, some of you are wanting to, let's see if I can create this. You're doing this little, do you notice what I'm doing with my fulcrum?
It's going lateral.
Yes, left and right. Is that correct?
No.
No. So watch that. It kind of looks like you're doing the bob, but you're really not doing the bob. You're just kind of moving it this way. Normally just staying in place. You're not following the root down the tooth. You're just kind of hanging out right here, kind of, yes, I'm bobbing, but I'm bobbing in one straight line coming this way instead of going down and up. Okay? So I'm going to insert the distal line and let's start bobbing. Bob, bob, bob. You will find that the super erupted tooth is really rough. So if you have a tight grasp, you are going to get caught on the tooth. You got to relax it in order to get unstuck. You're going to come out. You good on that one? Okay. Inserting at the distal line angle here, bobbing.